Hey, Periscopers. Hey, Perry Girls. Hey, all my friends. Happy Wellness Wednesday. Ta-da! Ooh, my hair's sticking up. Hey, Amara57. Hey, Jiggaroo, Miss Joyce. I'm trying to get my camera together. Hey, y'all. My hair is sticking straight up. Hey! Happy Wellness Wednesday. I hope y'all are doing okay today. Today we are talking about, and I'm going to be looking at some of my notes here, domestic violence. I am doing a speaking event on Saturday here in Durham, North Carolina for the Stand Up Speak Out group that is hosted by Miss Monica Day here in Durham. And we're going to do a get-together called the Breathe Life Sister Circle, which is a free event. And it's going to be, hi, how are you? Welcome, Wanda. We're going to be talking about domestic violence, and I, kind of want to talk around the theme of when love hurts, because clearly it's a huge issue that is going on in our nation. Hello, everybody. Hi, Miss Carla. Welcome. Come on in. Come on in. Clearly it's a huge issue that is in the world. Hey, the real PSIB. Welcome. And it's something that we don't often talk about. I mean, it's a secret thing, particularly for victims and for the abusers themselves, to have this going on at home behind closed doors and nobody knows. Thanks for inviting followers. I appreciate that. Thanks for the hearts. Invite followers, especially those people that need to see this. By the way, why do I have my earbuds around my neck and not in the phone? Hey, welcome. Thanks for the hearts. Let me put this in so y'all can hear me. And we cannot have any access noise. Okay, can you hear me okay? Miss Joyce, Miss Carla, give me an okay as long as you can hear me okay. Thanks for inviting followers, Wanda. So hopefully I'm good. Perfect. Okay, thank you. So, I found yesterday this hashtag online. Thank you. Perfect. Thank you, Miss Joy. This hashtag that really sparked my interest as I was kind of getting my thoughts together about what I'm going to say to these women who may or may not be victims of domestic violence or abuse, but, clearly are there for good information. But on Twitter, I found this hashtag called Maybe He Doesn't Hit You. And it is so, I don't know, it just sparked something in me, because how important is it to identify the difference between actual physical abuse that you can see, leaving visible marks on a person. Thanks for the hearts again. Versus emotional, mental, sexual abuse that you may not see. And from a doctor's standpoint, I think it's probably even more harmful to deal with than the physical stuff that eventually heals. So this was phenomenal. I was like, how brilliant that someone came up with this so people can actually trend it, share it, start talking about it. So it's become this thing on Twitter. If you go on Twitter and search hashtag Maybe He Doesn't Hit You, you'll see all these other examples, very important examples of how we need to be vigilant and, be looking for different signs in our friends, family, and loved ones that you can't visibly see. But, there are usually some minor signs there. By the way, if this is your first time joining us at the Wellness Wednesday broadcast on my scope, I am Doc Swiner, and I'm a family doctor here in Durham, North Carolina. Also the author of How to Avoid the Superwoman Complex, with a follow-up visit coming this summer. But what I do is I do bi-weekly live scopes. Today, for instance, I do one called Wellness Wednesday, where I talk about an issue of medical, mental health that sparks my interest. And then on the weekends I do, thanks for the hearts. We like hearts, by the way. We like inviting followers, your Twitter followers, your scope followers. I really appreciate that. And then I do one on the weekends called No Superwoman Saturday or Sunday, depending on the schedule, where we talk about whatever tickles our fancy. Yes. Thanks, Perry Girls. Hearts up. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you, the real PSIB. I don't think I've ever met you. Thank you so much for encouraging. So, for Wellness Wednesday today, we're going to talk a little bit about hashtag Maybe He Doesn't Hit You. So, one thing to talk about as far as, the whole issue, the whole theme of domestic violence is that as a family doc, I clearly can see, hey, Dr. This is Birch Media. I know who that is. Hey, nice to see you. Just getting into our topic of hashtag Maybe He Doesn't Hit You. So one thing as a family doc that I clearly screen for and can visibly see are visible first time use social. Very good. Thank you for joining us. are visible, is the visible evidence. Ms. Wanda says she suffered mental abuse for 14 years and long-term effects are real. Thank you. That's right. Often mental, emotional, sexual abuse is, they're all horrible. They're all equally horrible, but it seems that the mental, the emotional, the sexual may take longer to get over sometimes than even the physical. And I'm thinking about this poor girl that I saw recently who had, a horribly damaged eye, bruising, redness, swelling. She had the strength to run away and get away from her perpetrator, her abuser. But she still had some long-term effects. I mean, she definitely had to go to counseling. She had to involve the police. And thankfully she's doing okay with the help of, it's horrible, with the help of psychiatric help and legal help and getting away from that person. But it's horrible to think of those people who can't get away, who don't feel empowered enough, who are afraid to get away and to tell anyone. So please take extra care of your friends and family, your children, for God's sakes. I can't even imagine the horrible things that some people do to children, but be vigilant. I have two wonderful children at home who are in preschool, and I make a point every day to ask them, are you being treated well? Did anyone treat you or touch you in the wrong places? We've already, and they're little, we've already identified the private areas. So they know that, if anyone tries to touch their private areas, they should tell a teacher, they should tell me, they should never be afraid, because usually perpetrators will convince people that, if you tell, I'll do this, or, I'll hurt this person if you tell. I always tell them, don't be afraid. You can always come to mommy and daddy, run away, say no, tell your teacher immediately. And it's heartbreaking that you have to talk about those things so young, but it's very, very important. So please be vigilant. If you have a girlfriend, have a friend of yours that you see who has a different mark on her body every time you see her, one day it's a black eye, the next day it's a bruise around her arm, the next it's, scratches or scars on the back, say something. Say something. They may be waiting for you to say something. Victim of sexual mental. God bless you. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm hoping that you're no longer identifying as a victim and you're now a survivor. I hope that you're surviving. So, by the way, what would you tell a friend that, you came across that you were concerned about, or it seemed signs of there being some threatening type of behavior or marks on the body, or have, someone with a child that may have that? What would you say to them? I'll definitely follow your scopes. Do you talk a lot, the real PSIB, do you talk a lot about abuse and the survival and all of that? I would love to share that. What do you say? Give us some ideas. What do you do, and what can you say to friends that you may have identified as those that may be going through some trouble with domestic abuse? What do you say? And while you're thinking about it, one thing that I do, particularly as a doctor, is because I am connected to some resources here in the area, is, I pick up the phone and call a psychiatry friend, or I give them a brochure here in the Triangle. University of North Carolina has a program. Let's talk. I'm here. That's right, Wanda. Let them know it's safe, that you can talk to them. They can talk to you, tell you anything. That's good. What I do sometimes is give them a brochure it's a program called The Beacon, BEACON, through University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. Show them lots of love, Wanda. That's right. Don't show judgment. If you have a friend that you suspect may be going through some issues with abuse, show love, not judgment. I got the young lady aside, almost point blank. Are you being hurt? That's right. Be point blank. Be point blank. There's no time to pussyfoot around the issue. Straight up. Are you being hurt? Are you safe? Do you need to use my phone to call? If somebody's afraid that someone's checking their phone, do you need to use my phone to call for help? Do you need to come and, have, a night over as a safe haven, offer that, if you don't feel uncomfortable in that situation, do that for them. Call the police. You can save a life if you're really, really nervous. If you have a neighbor, you hear certain activities going on that are uncomfortable, that are loud, that sound like someone's being hurt. Do what you got to do, within your comfort level, do what you got to do. But in the office, we try to have some brochures, some business cards on hand, some phone numbers on hand to say, hey, here's something that, you can use. I often give out the crisis line for Durham County. If you Google Durham Crisis Line, a phone number will come up where someone is available 24 hours to help people who are in need. So those are the things. So let's talk about it. What are some other ways that you can see that abuse is happening, that you can notice that abuse is happening? This whole hashtag, maybe he doesn't hit you. What are some other ways that y'all could throw out? And as y'all are thinking, I'm thinking of one in particular where, a married couple who's, and by the way, we generally think of women being the victims in most cases, but this can be same sex, this can be women against men, this can be adults versus children. But be aware of the same sex issues too. I think there's been a high profile WNBA or a sports couple that has been in the news within the last couple of months for a high profile abuse case. So doesn't matter, race, age, gender, sexual orientation does not matter. Does not matter. It can happen to any and everyone. But this married couple in particular, where the man made more money than the woman and controlled the finances, and would not let her do anything without getting permission, or would not let her spend anything without permission. That's a level of mental abuse and emotional abuse. So that counts. There's a whole debate about, particularly with romantic couples, romantic relationships with, is there a such thing as rape, in a consented mutual relationship? And I think there is. If someone's being forced, against their will to do certain things or to be intimate when they're not ready, at any point, that is defined as sexual abuse. So be upfront, be honest. If it doesn't feel right, it's probably not right. There's a lot of, I know Dr. Birch is on here, one of my OBGYN friends. For some reason in pregnancy, there seems to be a rise in physical and sexual abuse. And if he's here and can comment, that would be helpful just to let us know why that seems to happen. But there's a lot of abuse that can happen while a woman is pregnant. So for your friends and your family members that are pregnant, keep an eye out for the signs in their partner and their spouses for some levels of, tension and aggression there. For some reason, it's just a very trying time. Don't know if there are hormones involved, pheromones, that can cause some issues there. So be upfront, be vigilant. Okay. Well, I don't want to bring the room down too much, but I did want to kind of review it because it's important. And on Saturday, I'll be talking more to a small group, and we'll be having an open and live discussion about domestic abuse and prevention and survivorship. Get the help that you need. Contact someone if you need help. Go to your general practitioner, your family docs, your OBGYNs, your pediatricians if you have any concern. Do not wait. Ask for help. For my folks that are new to us, if you want to follow me, I'm on Facebook. I have a Doc Swiner page. Find me on Facebook. Doc Swiner Twitter, Doc Swiner Instagram. Thank you so much, The Real PSIB, for sharing. And I'm going to listen to your scopes and follow along too. Thank y'all so much. FYI, for my Doc Swiner business page, I am looking for number 999 and number 1000th follower. I'm at 998, and it's so frustrating. I need those two more to hit that 1000 following landmark. And what I'm going to do is offer some nice little prizes. So for follower 999 and 1000, you'll get a free Superwoman bag. And this is my sleep serum that I developed for my patients and customers. It has some natural things, some organic. Wanda, if you're on here, Wanda just purchased some Superwoman serum that helped her insomnia. You should tell folks about it if you liked it. But it has some melatonin, some even primrose oil, some shea butter and things of that nature that have been very helpful for sleep. Do you love Miss Carla? Do you love it? Tell them about the serum. Do you love it? So for follower 999 and 1000, you'll get a free bag and a free $15 8-ounce bottle of the sleep serum. So we're very happy about that. A follow-up visit for the Superwoman Complex is coming out this summer. We have 1 week left for pre-orders of $10 where you get a free couple of chapters. The book when it comes out, I think maybe a bag and a tea, $10. Get it on May 17th. You got the sugar scrub. How's the sugar scrub, Miss Wanda? Miss Wanda got her oh, you get a free Spa JLK box too that has some sugar scrub and stuff in it. So Miss Wanda got her sugar scrub from Spa JLK, Miss Candy, who owns that company. So Lots of things. Follow us on social media. I'll be back here. Great. I'll be back here either Saturday or Sunday for No Superwoman. And we'll talk about some other topics. But hashtag maybe he doesn't hit you. Get the word out there. Be vigilant. Be helpful. Be supportive. And y'all be safe, okay? See you next time.